Hey, Elton.
Hey, Nathan.
So 2025 was a big year for you. I mean, I remember going back to the Fit Show in May, was it? And we had sat down and had a chat, and you suddenly throw onto the table Thinkitivity, Glaze Pro, Glazing Bot, and suddenly you were heralding a new dawn of AI for the glass and glazing industry. In some ways, that seems like yesterday. In other ways, it seems like 10 years ago, because so much has happened over the course of 2025. And Thinkitivity certainly has been leading the charge with developing new AI tools for the industry. In a nutshell, can you explain how AI can really help window businesses in the UK?
It's an efficiency tool, that's all it is. So in the same way that a calculator helps us to do maths a little bit quicker than we could if we were doing our written arithmetic, as it were, that's the same thing with AI. So we've got to look for efficiency everywhere. That's what everybody's trying to do, and that's where AI can come in. Everybody's doing sales, so how can we use AI to get more sales? Lots of examples of that, whether it's note takers that we've spoken about before in the publication, whether it's getting back to people quicker with a better email. There's loads of examples. What else are we doing? Well, we're doing stuff, so that might be making a window, that might be fitting a window. Where can we get efficiencies there? We can optimize deliveries, and we can optimize what's going down the line when, and the storage of it, etc. There's loads of ways that we can use AI to be more efficient with the stuff that it is we do, regardless of where we are in the supply chain.
Have you got something new on the horizon that might interest window installers?
More recently, looking at a real issue that we've got in the sector, which is essentially remakes. We've still got surveyors going out and writing things, hand notes, etc. We've got contracts or quotes that go out to a customer, surveyor puts some notes on. Next thing you know, fitters turning up on site with a window that's not the right size. I remember at the Glazing Summit, we were asked about the environmental impact of AI, and worked out that the average window, whatever that would be, but let's say an average window, was the equivalent energy usage to make it was 28 million Chat GPT requests prompts.
Wow.
Looking at remakes are a big issue to this sector, not just in the environment either. The biggest issue is cost. It's wasted money. So I've been building them and just about to release we call it doc checker, kind of does what it says on the can, where it'll actually have a look and scan these documents, whether it's the quote that's come out of your pricing tool, whether it's the surveyor's notes that is added onto it, it's the order confirmation back out of the fabricator, etc. And it will look for differences along the way and spot them so that you don't end up with a remake.
So essentially you've got this AI tool that's sitting on your shoulder, checking to make sure the information you're processing, creating and processing, is right, and that it doesn't cost you thousands of pounds further down the line.
In the upcoming edition of Total Installer, we're talking about that first recruit that you've got. All of those things play back to exactly what we're just saying there. You've got somebody sat on the shoulder who points it out for you so that you can either accept the change, reject the change, or query it. There's more on the horizon, because there's lots of ways that we can improve efficiencies in the sector.
With you continuing to write for Total Installer, a lot of those things will be reported on in the magazine going ahead, so people in our industry will be kept up to date.
And that's the key. You remember that conversation we had at the Fit Show. All of this came out of a realization that our industry can see AI coming, but there's nobody leading the charge to say, hey guys, I want to get us there in an efficient way, to stop us all from just running around and just flapping. Let's actually embrace AI, but in a structured way that makes sense to your business and to us as a sector. So it's great to be able to keep reporting that in Total Installer so people know, what's happening, what's available.
Thank you very much, Elton. I look forward to reading more of the columns.